Everything we hear is opinion, not fact. Everything we see is perspective, not truth. This narrative has great philosophical depth and comes from the thoughts of Marcus Aurelius, a Roman Stoic philosopher. The quote is often understood as a reminder that human perception and judgment of the world is influenced by individual opinions and viewpoints, not objective truth. Everything we hear is opinion, not fact. This statement invites us to understand that the information we receive through hearing often comes in the form of someone's opinion or interpretation, not the absolute truth. People tend to share their viewpoints or interpretations of things based on their experiences, knowledge, and emotions. And everything we see is perspective, not truth. What we see with our eyes is not the absolute truth, but the way we interpret that reality. Our experiences and beliefs influence how we understand the world. From a psychological perspective, this narrative can be linked to the concepts of cognitive bias and selective perception. There are several biases that can affect how we interpret information and experiences. The first is confirmation bias, the tendency to seek out, interpret, and remember information that fits our beliefs, ignoring facts that may contradict them. For example, if someone believes that the world is unfair, they will be more likely to notice events that support that view, regardless of other realities. The second is perception bias. The way we see things is influenced by our emotions, past experiences, and current desires. Two people can see the same situation, but give very different interpretations. And the third is the framing effect. The way information is presented, for example, word choice, can affect how we understand it. This narrative is very relevant in the context of modern life, especially with the development of social media and news. The information we receive in the media is often full of opinion and bias, even though it is presented as fact. This requires us to be more critical consumers of information. In self-development, understanding that what we hear is opinion and what we see is perspective helps us develop a critical mind and self-awareness, and it gives us the freedom to take responsibility for our thinking. Instead of accepting other people's opinions as truth, we can evaluate information objectively and make our own judgments. Increase empathy and open-mindedness. By understanding that everyone sees the world from their own perspective, we can become more tolerant of differing views and more open to dialogue. Controlling emotions and reactions. In Stoicism, focusing on what we can control, that is, our own thoughts and reactions, helps reduce stress and improve emotional well-being. Several psychological studies have shown that the way we receive and process information is influenced by many subjective factors, including emotions, beliefs, and social context. Kahneman's thinking, fast and slow. In his book, Kahneman explains that humans have two thinking systems, one that is fast intuitive, and emotional, and one that is slower, logical, and more careful. Opinions and perspectives are often formed from the fast thinking system, which is full of biases and misperceptions. Understanding this narrative teaches us to be more critical of the information we receive and control our reactions to it. This thinking in everyday life can increase empathy, self-understanding, emotional management, and a strong foundation for increased self-awareness and peace of mind, which ultimately helps us become a wiser person in facing life's challenges.